guys? It's Dragonfly Mike 77 and welcome to NAHA. We are doing, for the next few NAHA reviews, we are doing 3 of the 5 new flavors of Haze Tobacco. Simply the best. The first flavor we're doing is chocolate ice. The name is pretty self-explanatory. It's a chocolate and a mint flavor to it. When it comes to the cut of haze, it's the typical modern style tobacco cut. It's very juicy and it's very choppy, as you guys can see. I really recommend that you make sure that as you pack it that you stir it up. And how we have it packed today is in a funnel bowl with 3 coconaras. I do have my wind cover on right now. Let me show you guys some clouds. Haze is never lacking in clouds, but I'll hold off on that for a little bit. Up next is Mike from Hookah Enthusiasts.
Thanks, Dragonfly Mike. Alright folks, it's Mike here for you, giving you my take on Haze Chocolate Ice, one of the 5 new Haze flavors. Wonderful, wonderful flavor, but before I get ahead of myself, you already know my setup. I've been going about a half an hour now. Let me go ahead and show you some clouds and talk about the flavor. Wonderful haze clouds, never any complaint from haze clouds. It's always going to deliver. As far as the flavor itself goes, as I said, it is a chocolate mint flavor. As far as the mint goes, it's more of a peppermint flavor. It's a rather strong peppermint, but not too strong or overbearing like a Tangiers cane mint. As far as the chocolate, I'm getting more of a dark chocolate note. And the difference between this particular chocolate mint flavor as opposed to others is that the mint is really the pronounced flavor. I'm getting more of the mint, and on the tail end I'm getting that dark chocolate undernote on the very tail end. So all in all, it really reminds me of a Andes Candy or a Junior Mint, something like that. So if you like those, you're going to love this. I personally do love this flavor. It's amongst the top on my list of chocolate mints. Not quite my favorite, and the reason why is that I think that the chocolate could be just a tad stronger. It's really kind of hidden there on the background, but it is noticeable. So I think that the chocolate could be a little bit stronger, and if it were, I would go ahead and give this a perfect score. As is, I'm going to give it a 9 for 10. Like I say, just a little more chocolate, bump up that rating to a perfect 10. So, that's my take. Thanks for watching. Up next, Smoker Pass.
Thank you, Money Mike. It's Smoker Pass here. Smoking some chocolate ice, which I thought was only a nickname for myself when I played basketball, but now it's a flavor. Definitely, smelling this in the can was a little bit different. I've never had a chocolate flavor or chocolate ice, mix to smoke, so this is a first for me. But the smell of it, I was definitely getting a dark chocolate smell with a nice mint to it. I wouldn't say it's a peppermint. I would just say it's just a regular mint, no type of spearmint or anything wild like that, but just a solid mint with the flavor. Now, smelling it, the chocolate is actually pretty strong in the smell, but when it comes to the smoke output, I'll show you some clouds real quick. When it comes to the flavor of the smoke, I'm definitely getting a little bit more mint than I am getting chocolate. And that's how it pretty much plays out the whole time smoking. I would love for a little bit more chocolate because, hey, everyone needs a little bit more chocolate in their life. But the overall flavor is still amazing. It jumped up to one of my favorites. Definitely something new for me to smoke. So for an overall rating for this, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I just wish it was just tweaked up just a little bit more on that chocolate. But that's my review. Now I think it's about time for me to pass it over to Canadian Shisha. So let's hear what he has to say. Eh?
Thanks, Mr. Smoker Pass. Anyways, guys, that's Canadian Shisha, and give you guys my review. As you guys can see, the cloud output on Haze is absolutely phenomenal. If you do your heat right, there's no problems getting absolutely massive clouds. Now, to get into the flavor here. You definitely pick up on a nice peppermint style mint flavor. The peppermint is nice and sweet. It's not overpowering, but you still get a really nice cooling effect on the throat when you're smoking it, which is a nice effect. It's not as strong as like a Tangier's cane mint because the chocolate actually comes out in the back and balances everything out. It kind of smooths the flavor over. I am picking up more of a dark chocolate note on it. That's just what I'm getting. The chocolate's not as strong as I'd like. My favorite chocolate mix would have to be Fumari's Mint Chocolate Chill, and that was just a perfect balance. I think that chocolate ice would be better if they just stepped up the chocolate a little bit more. But all in all, this is a superb mixture of peppermint and chocolate. The nice thing about the Haze as well is the flavor on this does last a long time. With most Haze flavors, the stronger ones, you do get probably about, I would say, 2 full rounds of coals on a 7 Eco bowl, a Pico bowl, something smaller. And then again, you get into bigger bowls, you're going to get a much better longevity. So let me give you guys one more cloud here. My final verdict is a 9 out of 10. It's a very high rating, but it's a very, very good tobacco. I would definitely pick this up if I was you guys. Anyways, that's my review, 9 out of 10. Up next is Hookah Demon.
Thanks, Canadian Shisha. Hookah Demon here, and my take on Haze Chocolate Ice is when I'm smelling it, I get a really, really strong peppermint sort of flavor. And then in the background, I can really smell a chocolate flavor. But when I smell it, unlike everybody else, I don't get a dark chocolate flavor. I get milky chocolate sort of flavor. And to me, I am not a big fan of dark chocolate, so I really do like the milk chocolate aspect to it. So, I know my setup and everything, so I'm going to take a puff and I'll tell you guys about the taste. Now when I'm tasting it, I get a really, really strong mint flavor. Like the mint, it really overpowers the chocolate flavor a lot, which in some cases it's okay, but for this one, since how it is chocolate ice, I would really like to be able to taste the chocolate a lot more. You can taste the chocolate, it is in the background, and it kind of does really mix the chocolate and ice flavor together really well. Like I said, it is a peppermint sort of ice, or peppermint sort of mint, so it really kicks and it's really, really strong. I do think the chocolate flavor could be a tad stronger, because then it would be perfect in my opinion, but not too strong to where it's going to ghost your hookah and your hose, and it's going to be really, really hard to clean it out and get that flavor out of there completely. Like I said, could just bump up the chocolate flavor a little bit, and the flavor would be just perfect for me. So my overall rating is going to have to be an 8 out of 10, and I got AOJ up for you next, guys.
Thanks a lot, Hookah Demon. What's going on, everybody? AOJ coming at you guys in my segment on chocolate ice. You guys already know the deal with the setup. As far as the setup goes, at least you guys already know what's going on with that. So I'm going to show you guys a couple clouds and evaluate the flavor and give you guys my honest opinion on chocolate ice. So here we go. As you guys can see, cloud quality, big white puffy clouds of course. Only had 2 or 3 experiences with Haze in the past before getting this flavor. So I really hadn't had too much experience with it, but the cloud quality is always there. As far as the flavoring, honestly, I know a lot of people in this review have said or referred it as Andes or a peppermint patty. Personally, in my personal opinion, chocolate flavor is not as intense as, let's say, that candy. I wish it was a lot more intense, but it's not that intense. You get a nice milky chocolate, a little bit of a bitterness from a dark chocolate. But overall, the chocolate flavor is still a nice bold chocolate flavoring. I just wish it was amped up just a little bit more. That peppermint flavoring is more of the pronounced, predominant flavor within this blend. So like I said, you know, those people say that it tastes more of an Andes or more of like a peppermint. I'm going to go ahead and say it's more of a peppermint chocolate. Something similar to like that little round candy that looks like a candy cane, but it has a chocolate and a mint version to it, and the peppermint is a little bit more intense. Personally, that's what it tastes like to myself. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's more of a peppermint chocolate rather than a chocolate mint or a chocolate peppermint. It's still overall a great flavor, a very enjoyable flavor, a very easy smoke, I would say, and something that I can see a lot of people enjoying. The reason why I'm going to go ahead and rate it a 9 out of 10 is because I wish the chocolate was a little amped up a little bit more. But other than that, the flavor is still a nice, solid flavor. So my personal rating is going to be a 9 out of 10. Stay tuned for Flip Squad member MG Hookah.
What's up, guys? It's MG Hookah here to give you my segment on the chocolate ice. So here we go. So as you can see, the clouds are very thick, dense, and white. Again, with haze, you're always going to get those really thick clouds. So as far as cloud production goes, that's really no surprise for me at all. So as far as the taste, for me, it's a really nice, soothing, cooling peppermint flavor for me. The chocolate's a little bit hard to find, but you can definitely tell it's there. To me, it resembles more of like a peppermint patty or one of those chocolate candies with the really gooey mint on the inside. It comes in a white box. I have no idea what those are called, but for me, it closely resembles that. But yeah, it's a very solid flavor overall. Like I said, it's got that really nice, soothing peppermint flavor to it. It's not too strong, like it's going to blow your head off like a cane mint or anything like that. But it's still very soothing. So for me, it's more like a peppermint patty or one of those chocolate candies. I just think, with the mint being as strong as it is, that's really what I get out of it. So for me, I would like to see the chocolate to be a little bit stronger, but as far as what it is, what I think it is, I think it pulls it off pretty well. So again, you still definitely taste the chocolate. It's just the peppermint's a little bit stronger than the chocolate, obviously. So for me, it's a really good flavor. It's definitely going to be an 8 out of 10. Because I really do enjoy it. I really like peppermint patties, and I really like those little chocolate candies with the gooey mint on the inside. So for me, definitely a solid 8 out of 10, and Dragonfly Mike 77 is up next.
There you have it, guys. For the most part, it seems like we all pretty much agree on what we would like to see from the chocolate ice. It seems like we would like the chocolate flavor to be amped up just a little more. Now, there's a reasoning to why the chocolate flavor isn't as strong as I guess some people would like it to be. Haze felt that when they were mixing it, if it had too much chocolate in it, throughout the session as you smoked it, it seemed like the chocolate flavor ended up kind of getting that burnt chocolate flavor to it. So they decided to tone back the chocolate flavor to prevent that chocolate from kind of getting that burn flavor to it. With that said, I personally still would like the chocolate to be a little higher. I think the peppermint is a very refreshing peppermint to it. It does remind me of a peppermint, but it's very refreshing mint, and I think that's a pretty interesting aspect to it. Normally, I'm not a big mint fan because I feel like mint, for the most part, is just a form of menthol. With this, because of the chocolate, it adds kind of a sweeter note to it that sweetens up the mint, and I feel that it's a pretty enjoyable smoke. My rating for Haze Chocolate Ice is an 8 out of 10. I think it smokes very well, the longevity of the flavor is fantastic, and the heat management on it is wonderful. And the clouds are absolutely fantastic on it. When it comes to the group average on the rating, it's an 8.5 out of 10. We pretty much all feel that the flavor is good, but the chocolate flavor should be amped up just a little more, despite understanding why they had to tone it back, and I'm glad that they did, so you prevent that burning flavor to it. With that said, thank you very much, Haze, for sending this our way. We really do appreciate it. We look forward to doing the other 2 reviews, which will be Dawn Fizzle and Candylicious. Thank you very much for stopping by, guys, and peace out.